England are warning that this summer's very wet weather could compromise this year's wines. English wines become increasingly popular, with more than 21 million bottles actually produced last year. Well, I'm joined now by Graham Barbour, who's the founder and owner of Woodchurch Wine Estate. Graham, lovely to talk to you today. So we have all seen a lot of rain, very good for the grass, very good for the weeds, but not quite so good for vineyards, apparently. Explain more.
Yes, I mean, all plants need water, obviously, but vines love sunshine above all things, really. And really, from the winter onwards, spring and early summer, midsummer, it's been particularly wet, so it's been very difficult. There are three main diseases that we sort of look out for over the course of the season: downy mildew, powdery mildew, and then botrytis. And we've basically had the perfect conditions for each of those three over the course of the summer. So it's been a tricky season, no doubt about it.
And what can you do about these mildewy fungal diseases? Presumably, you don't want to overload grapes with loads of chemicals.
Exactly right. So it's a balance that we're all looking for, to just strike that right balance. Obviously, all farmers, whether they're organic or non-organic, are going to be spraying some sort of fungicide over their crops, and we're no different. But yes, you want to get that balance between staving off disease, but not overloading with pesticides, no question. We're more or less organic in what we do. We've had to resort to a couple of non-organic sprays. Maybe that's been the difference, I don't know. We've certainly managed over the course of this year to keep our crop free of disease and clean. So we're pretty hopeful, but others have not been so lucky.
And what does it mean? Does it mean that we will possibly see less amounts of British wine being produced this year, or does it just affect the quality of the wine?
It affects the quantity for each of the producers involved, no question. So crops will be down this year, and therefore wine production will be down. It does also, obviously, the cooler, wetter weather will affect the quality as well. But certainly, if you're making wine in the way we do, where we're hand-picking every bunch, we are able to maintain the quality, because we're obviously not going to pick any bunch that is in any way diseased. So you can certainly maintain quality if you're careful in your practice, and certainly in your picking practices. But it's mostly about quantity rather than quality. But of course, what we really want now is a couple of weeks of nice sunny weather to not just keep off disease, but to ripen the fruit even more and make it a really, really good year for us here in Woodchurch.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed, but the forecast doesn't look too rosy, certainly for the next few days anyway. No. So if you're keeping the quality, but the quantity is going down potentially for some vineyards, does that therefore mean that the price is going to go up? Is this going to be a pricier year to buy wine?
I don't think that the industry that we have at the moment has got to that point, really. You've got some of the bigger wine-producing countries, France, Italy, that type of thing, certainly that are producing predominantly still wine, and there is an impact on the price of wine. I think at this stage, certainly considering a lot of the production in this country is sparkling wine, which so the wines that are made from this year's grapes won't be seen in the shops until 5-6 years' time. So you're not going to see a direct relationship between the poor weather and prices on the shelves very soon anyway.
And more generally, I mean, this year's obviously been unusually wet, but are you quite hopeful about the climate for UK wine and the long-term future of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the current situation in England in terms of the viticulture industry is based upon climate change, is based upon the fact that the temperature are gradually increasing, and that's a good thing simply in terms of grape production and the wine production trying to make from those grapes. But obviously, with that climate change, it's not an even gradual increase. It brings with it uncertainty, it brings with it extreme weather conditions. So it's not going to be easy at all, but it gradually will mean that we're going to be making more and more interesting wines and gradually more and more still wines, which will be even more good quality than they are already.
Barbour, founder and owner of Woodchurch Wine Estate. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Now, thousands of staff who